Daily Bible Reading, John chapter 9, verses 18 through 41. The Judeans, however, were unwilling to believe that he had formerly been blind, but now could see, until they had summoned the man's parents. They asked them, "Is this your son, who you say was born blind? How is it that now he can see?" His parents answered, "We know that this is our son and that he was born blind. But how it is that he can see now, we don't know, nor do we know who opened his eyes. Ask him. He's old enough, he can speak for himself." The parents said this because they were afraid of the Judeans. For the Judeans had already agreed that anyone who acknowledged Yeshua as the Messiah would be banned from the synagogue. This is why his parents said, "He's old enough, ask him." So a second time they called the man who had been blind, and they said to him, "Swear to God that you will tell the truth. We know that this man is a sinner." He answered, "Whether he's a sinner or not, I don't know. One thing I do know, I was blind, now I see." So they said to him, "What did he do to you? How did he open your eyes?" "I already told you," he answered, "and you didn't listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Maybe you too want to become his Talmudim." Then they railed at him. "You may be his Talmud," they said, "but we are Talmudim of Moshe. We know that God has spoken to Moshe, but as for this fellow, we don't know where he's from." "What a strange thing," the man answered, "that you don't know where he's from, considering that he opened my eyes. We know that God doesn't listen to sinners, but if anyone fears God and does his will, God does listen to him. In all history, no one has ever heard of someone's opening the eyes of a man born blind. If this man were not from God, he couldn't do a thing." "Why, you mamzer," they retorted, "are you lecturing us?" And they threw him out. Yeshua heard that they had thrown the man out. He found him and said, "Do you trust in the Son of Man?" "Sir," he answered, "tell me who he is so that I can trust in him." Yeshua said to him, "You have seen him. In fact, he's the one speaking with you now." "Lord, I trust," he said, and he kneeled down in front of him. Yeshua said, "It is to judge that I came into this world, so that those who do not see might see, and those who do see might become blind." Some of the Perushim nearby heard this and said to him, "So we're blind too, are we?" Yeshua answered them, "If you were blind, you would not be guilty of sin. But since you still say we see, your guilt remains."